Well, House Republicans are still trying to find their next Speaker of the House. It's time now for Keller at Large. Here's Jon.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's obviously been a big news week, a lot of it coming out of Washington. Here to help us sort through it is Congresswoman Lori Trahan, in her second term representing the 3rd Congressional District. Congresswoman, welcome.
Thank you, Jon.
So as we're taping late in the week, the House Republican Caucus has selected Louisiana Representative Steve Scalise as their next speaker, but it's not clear if he can get the votes on the floor to prevail. Can you briefly explain what's going on with this train wreck, and more specifically, what does it really mean to us, the citizens of Massachusetts, if anything, if this drags on?
Yeah, so it absolutely will have impact. It's having impact today. There is no Speaker of the House, which means that there is no action on the House floor. There are no laws being debated or passed. And look, the last few weeks have once again showed the American people the glaring contrast between Republicans and Democrats in Washington. You know, House Republicans brought us to the brink of a catastrophic government shutdown. They needed Democrats to help them prevent that manufactured crisis. And then they fired their own speaker for the first time in history, grinding the House to a complete stop. Democrats, on the other hand, have remained resolute in our commitment to offering compromise if sensible Republicans are willing to come to the table and negotiate. But sadly, not a single Republican has expressed interest in that offer. Instead, they've been engaged in a knockout, drag down internal fight. While our strongest, ally in the Middle East is at war, and we inch closer to a funding cliff in just 36 days. So I think it's a sad state of affairs for Republican leadership here in Washington, and it's one where they have to resolve. I think Hakeem Jeffries has made it clear that our caucus is willing to help.
Did I just hear you say there's not a single sensible Republican in the House?
You know, we often talk about moderate Republicans in the House and the optimism that we have that they will come and join us in a bipartisan path forward. We passed plenty of legislation on a bipartisan basis in the last Congress. But sadly, the Republican conference right now has been caving over and over to this extreme minority of members. We're seeing deals being made even today as they try to find the votes for their next speaker, doubling down on a Biden impeachment. It's just been a little disheartening to not be able to rely on those moderate Republicans to come to the table and put the country first.
Well, we all know from having gone through it just a few weeks ago, from the run up to the edge of a government shutdown, that has real life consequences to everyday citizens here in Massachusetts in a variety of functions. Yeah. What is your level of confidence that the next shutdown deadline in November can be averted?
So we have a lot of work to do in these next 36 days. I am not optimistic that the quest for a new speaker is going to be a quick one. The 2 candidates that have been put forward have not had the votes from the Republican conference to bring it to the floor. And time is ticking. Time is ticking on so many fronts. Certainly our funding cliff in 36 days, which we have to pass 12 appropriation bills in order to avert that cliff, or a continuing resolution, but also our obligation to stand with Israel in its time of dire need to get them. The president was explicit that he will be coming to Congress with a funding package so that we can support their defense of their country. And all the while, Republicans are in chaos. It's complete dysfunction. So I think we are, as Democrats, looking for an opportunity opportunity to say, let's put all that aside. Let's work in a bipartisan way. There are high stake issues across our country, across the globe that we have to focus on. And I'm hoping, as the days go by, that they will realize that they will come to their senses and that they will work with Democrats.